Well, outside of wrestling, I know you've been involved with a lot of charity organizations or have done charity work over the years. What kinds of things have you done to help out in your community?
It's funny because outside of wrestling, I'm actually a licensed optician. Um, so I sell glasses for a living. But I've done a lot of work with like youth in the Nashville community, helping kids get glasses that can't afford them, helping families that need you know that optical help get it where they need to. Um, Worked with a lot of groups in Nashville, the Lions Club, things like that, to just help families in need get optical help and things like that. So,
Interesting. How long have you been involved with that?
um, let's see, I've been in optical for 13 years, so probably the last 8 or 9. Ever since I've really kind of moved over and gotten licensed and everything. It's easier to do once you're licensed in Tennessee. um, because you get access to more avenues and venues and things like that. But I've also worked with senior communities. I've done a lot of driving out to senior citizen homes, and helping them, helping those patients that can't get to an optical center, get glasses, get them measured up, bringing frames, helping them find things that they can choose from. So, that's been that's my other passion is, and it's funny because I kind of fell into it, but once I fell into it, I fell in love with it. So yeah, it's what I've been doing since I was yeah, about 29 or 30
I think
is
that's
working with the vision community. As someone who has really bad vision himself, I've always wanted to make sure kids didn't have to go through not wearing glasses when they really need them. So
Well, I think it's fascinating for someone that goes into that field because you don't really hear a lot of people talk about the importance of uh, vision and seeing and and wearing wearing glasses if need be.
yeah.
What made you decide to enter that industry?
Originally, I got into optical as it was a holdover. I went to school for something else, medical billing and coding stuff, and there wasn't really a job in the Mount Juliet area for that at the time, which is where I was still living. And I was about to get married. I had a kid on the way. I didn't want to drive all over creation, um, but I found a job in Mount Juliet working for an eyeglass place. And I was like, well, I'll stay here for 6 months. I'll stay here till I find something in what I went to school for. Well, that was, like I said, 11, 12 years ago now, and I'm still doing it. I just kind of fell in love with it. Once you, it's that moment of seeing the first time a kid gets a pair of glasses that's, 8, 9 years old and they've never seen leaves on trees. It's the moment where you've got the older person that hasn't had glasses in 2 years because they couldn't afford them, and they finally, get to see pictures of their kids and their grandkids and stuff. Um, a lot of it is just retail sometimes, but it is something I really love now. And it's just that element of helping people. That it's so funny. It's so opposite from how I am in the ring, but it's just that element of doing something that really helps somebody and helping them see the world, literally and figuratively again. So
Was there one particular moment, or if you have a story that you might want to share about a time where you were able to help someone uh, find new glasses or help them uh, kind of figure out a way for them to see better?
yeah, I actually had a kid come in. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Um, and his prescription was super high. And he was an immigrant from another country. Parents didn't speak any English, and he needed above and beyond what his insurance would cover, kind of deal. Because even what his insurance would cover, it wasn't going to work for him properly. So I got with some local charities in the area, mostly the Lions Club. They're really good about this stuff. And we got the funds together to get the kid the frame he wanted, the lenses he needed. And he came in and he was literally in tears because he hadn't seen anything. Like he had been wearing like his brother's glasses since we had a translator come in, and they told me like he'd been wearing his brother's glasses, but they were way off of his prescription. So he's in tears. His mom's crying. I'm crying. It was just a whole thing, but it was such a cool moment just to know that that kid in that moment finally saw what the rest of us could see. That one sticks with me.
Yeah, I mean that's a moment where you made a difference in their life.
Yeah,
And it's so many people out there that just, they've had trouble seeing, or they need a new pair of glasses because their old ones, they don't work anymore. They don't fit. Something's wrong with it.
yeah,
And so to be able to help get those people to where they need to be, I mean, it really is an amazing feeling to be able to uh, make a difference.
yeah.
And
It's awesome.
yeah, what is it about giving back to your community that gives you the most joy?
Um, you know, so I grew up. I'm not gonna say privileged, but I grew up in a nice upper middle class, family, and I went to private schools growing up and things like that. So I didn't realize until I was older what the real world, let's say, has to deal with. And so now that I see people come in and they're, more unfortunate than me. I mean, I have a great life. I got a beautiful home, beautiful kids, wife, the whole deal. So it's nice to know that I can make somebody's day a little bit brighter. That's my goal every day. When I'm helping a patient, even if it's somebody just getting a regular pair of glasses, just if they can leave in a better mood than they came in with, like that's what I try to do every day. Like whether where I'm trying to ruin people's nights on Saturday nights, the rest of the rest of the week is spent. Hey, let me make sure that if nothing else, if you have a crap day, at least for that 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you're with me, that part wasn't so bad. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you're helping these kids or adults, um, try to be able to get their vision repaired, or get to be able to wear different kinds of glasses if they need help with something, and you're there to make them feel good about themselves. And that's what we need is
Yeah,
people that are there for others, and that's what you're doing. So kudos to you
appreciate
for
that.
being able to. Yeah. Well, Nick.